Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Sunday evening. And we're carrying on through the compensation plan, which is all the nuts and bolts of the business. And we've done all the basics with the PV and BV and QPV, etc. And we've seen what it means to be a manager and senior manager. And this week we're going to see why do we need to be the pinnacle, which is director. Because as we know, we start off as a qualified distributor, then we become a manager, then a qualified manager, then a senior manager, then a qualified senior manager, then an executive senior manager or executive manager. And then the ultimate goal is director. Because no matter how many jewels you've got in your pin, you still have to be a director. And we've seen through the compensation plan that it's doable and it's actually not that difficult to do. And if I can do it, then I think pretty much anybody else can do it. And I know I'm very bad about doing this. So we're giving ourselves a major kick in the butt and getting ourselves back into gear. And we will be back on track very, very soon. Let me share my screen and pick up where I left off. Slideshow. Okay, and shrink that. Right, so we're going through the compensation plan for Africa. Please note that in other countries, the compensation plan is slightly different, but we're not going to worry about that at this stage. We're going to be focused on our local Africa and South Africa or Southern Africa compensation plan. So achieving director is your key to success, because as a director with 4,000 QPV and up to 25% sales volume bonus, that's the maximum that you can get, that is the best thing to be. Now, again, your basic needs to be a minimum of 100 personal PV. In the Eagle team, we don't do minimum. So you need 100 personal PV, but you want significantly more. I know Jenny's target is always 1,000 PPV every month, and that is sort of a loose target of mine as well. I'm happy with achieving 800 PV, but yes, the goal is to get that 1,000 PPV, and with your team, the 4,000 plus QPV. But why? Why is this important? So achieving director puts you in position to maximize your earning potential by earning the highest sales volume bonus of 25%. Why settle for less when you can get the maximum? You know, a member is getting about a 5 to a 15% discount. Why settle for 15% when you can get 20%? Why settle for 5%, 10%, 15% sales volume bonus when you can get 25% sale volume bonus? It makes sense to go for the highest you can get. So what qualifications do we need? There's two simple steps to your qualifications. One, you need to be a near life qualified senior manager and an active distributor. What's an active distributor? Active distributor is somebody who has paid their annual subs of that vast bankruptcy amount of 160 Rand per year. And I think with the amount of work that Near Life Company puts in for us, I personally would be happy to pay them 160 Rand every month for the amount of effort and work that they put in for us. We don't know how blessed we are, because there are other companies out there where people pay a small fortune monthly or annually for their company to do just a quarter of the amount of work that Neolife does for us. They pay for websites, they pay for conventions, they pay for apps. We get all of that for 160 Rand a year. We really can't complain. And number two, you need to accumulate 10,000 QPV in a 6-month period with at least 100 personal PV each month and 4,000 QPV in your last month of qualifying. So that means if you do 1,000 in one month and 2,000 in another month and 500 in another month and 6,000 in another month, you've got to add it all up. Again, Neolife does all of this for us. Now, obviously, our PV zeros at the end of every month, and we start again. Even Charlie does. But they also, in the background, keep watching that QPV, and they add it up over a period of 6 months. So that your qualifying month, you need a minimum of 4,000 QPV to step up to director. What are the benefits? You get all of the executive manager benefits, which we went over the last week, plus you earn the maximum sales volume bonus of 25%, plus you get a really fancy director pin, and you start to earn leadership development bonuses. We're going to get into that later, but be aware that once you are a director, a qualified director, well, this is a duplication business. We want to duplicate and develop another qualified director, because then we get that leadership development bonus. Again, why settle for less when you can get more? Our world team members can explain more about the leadership development bonus, I'm sure. And you're going to be recognized in publications and at events. It's always good to be recognized for the good things. And you need to, or you get to participate in specialized director training. If you're like me with a little bit of FOMO, you want to qualify for these events because it makes you feel special. And you also earn special director incentives, including travel to special Neolife events. So by achieving director, which is your key to success, this Neolife business would earn you more than $10,000 per year. This currently, or when I did this slide, worked out at 145,000 Rand or 145,500 Rand per year. Do the maths. That is significantly more than a lot of people earn as a full-time salary in their daily jobs. If you think about it, when you're at the shops and you're looking at your cashiers and the people working in the shop, they could only dream of earning this amount of money. I look at secretaries, receptionists who are working for doctors, because those are the people I'm interacting with a lot of the time. They don't earn this. This is serious money. A lot of people would give a significant amount to be able to earn 10,000 Rand or more every month. Most people that I know of down here on the South Coast, I think the average salary is in the region of about 4,000 to 6,000 Rand. The lucky ones are getting about 8,000 Rand a month. And that's putting in a full day's work with the stress of a boss. We can do this part-time. And I often have to kick myself and realize, sort of do a hard reset and realize that this is significant part-time money. We shouldn't mess about with it. This is more than a full-time salary for a lot of people. So how do we do this? You know, you've got your customers. We know we talk about not being in sales, and we're not really in sales. We are sharing and we helping others. I think most of you have seen my WhatsApp statuses that I put up. I try and do them every day at the moment. And I've been doing this for quite a while. And all I'm doing is I'm putting up testimonies and stories every single day. And I'm getting upwards of 50 hits. To put it into perspective, I can tell you right now, my current 3 statuses, okay, they just died, but I think it was 48 people that had viewed my one status. As of last night, I had received at least 1 order for the shampoo. It's something I wasn't expecting. Use these things. It is a sale, but it's not really a sale because you're showing what people have been able to do, and it's true stories, it's testimonies. Utilize those for your customers. But obviously for your team and your distributors, you're showing them how to do exactly what you're doing. We know the 3 basic success habits. So you build your basic 3. Working with 3 people is easy. Working with more than 3 people can be difficult. So you always work with 3. I'm reading a very interesting book at the moment called Beach Money by a professional network marketer. And he says he breaks everything down into 3. And I'm not going to get into that training tonight, but every single thing that he does is broken down into 3 basic steps. We've got 3 basic success habits or daily success habits. As a director, work with 3 basic distributorships who are wanting to grow. You have your 12 customers, give or take. You started 3 other people as distributors, and they've also got 12 customers each because we are teaching them to do what we're doing. So in our illustration, we assume each customer is using 100 points worth of product. We use 100 because it's an easy number. New customers may start with less than this, but regular customers often use much more. And a director-sized business built in this way would earn approximately $10,000 per year, including the incentives. So anything between 10 to 12,000 Rand a month.
That's bank card in your suit pocket.
This is an excellent income for part-time work. The illustration above is designed to simplify the explanation of how a near-life business is built. So it mustn't be complicated. It mustn't be difficult. This is a simple business. Not always easy, but simple. So how is the sales volume bonus calculated? There's a little chart over here, and I don't really think we've got time to get into this now. And maybe Debbie can explain this to us a little bit better. This picture that I've got over here on this slide comes from the compensation booklet, which is exactly what I've duplicated in this whole exercise. We all have this booklet. Please find that booklet. If you don't have a copy, order one from the from DSC. They're available. I think they cost like 12 Rand or something silly. And work out, if necessary, I can even send you a copy of this if you want it. But do this exercise and work out how your SVB is calculated. So you fill in the blank exercise with your upline sponsor, and you'll get a much better understanding of how the earnings are calculated. It's quite an involved thing. So spend some time with your sponsor and get them to train you on how this is done. Now, once you've hit director, what's your next step? Because we're always wanting to step up. We don't want to fall backwards. We want to step up. So the next step is an Emerald Director. And that simply is somebody who qualifies every month at director. They haven't developed another director. They themselves are qualifying as a director. What qualifications do you need? You obviously need to be a near-life director, a qualified one. You need to achieve 3 consecutive months as a qualified director with at least 100 personal points and 4,000 QPV every month. And then you need to maintain that Emerald Director. That's a slightly more tricky thing, because as we know, once you're a manager, you're always a manager. Once you are a senior manager, you're always a senior manager. Same with executive manager. Same with director. Once you're a director, you're always a director. You might not always be qualified, but you are always a director. But now when you start adding some color to your PIN, that becomes a little bit more tricky, because you've got to requalify every month to maintain that colorful PIN. Once you become an Emerald Director, you've got to maintain your qualification by achieving qualified director status with 4,000 QPV, a minimum of 1 in every 3 months, and at least 100 PPV each month. And I sincerely hope that as a director, you will always do a minimum of 100 PPV, because you should always be doing that number 1 step of the 3 daily success habits. That is vital to your business. What are the benefits to maintaining this? You get all the director benefits plus, just like our products. It's everything plus. You receive a prestigious Emerald Director PIN. As I said, you start to add some color to your PIN. You earn a leadership development bonus. You're recognized in publications and at events. You qualify to attend leadership school. There are some, as I always say, T's and C's that apply. Speak to your upline. They will tell you about what the T's and C's are. And you are one step closer to achieving World Team and all its benefits, which include exciting travel incentives. And we will possibly get into the stage where we need our World Team members to explain firsthand. I can't explain firsthand from World Team yet, but our World Team members can explain to us firsthand why we need to be there. And there's also exciting incentives. Things like leadership school, where we get to go away for an all expenses paid weekend, I think it is, to a really fancy place up in Joburg, where we get to rub shoulders with experienced President's Team members, other World Team members, and it's a good time to learn, but also network and suck that information out of those who have already got there. This is not anything that, oh yeah, if you do X, Y, Z, you could. The people that go to the leadership schools are those who have already done it. They've proven it can be done. What are the qualifications to get there? You need to be a near-life director, number 1. You need to achieve your 3 consecutive months as a qualified director with at least your 100 PPV and 4,000 QPV. You need to maintain that Emerald Directorship. Once you become an Emerald Director, you need to maintain your qualification once every 3 months. But again, don't stick to the minimum. Do the best that you can. And the benefits are all the director benefits, plus your PIN, your leadership development bonus, your recognition, your leadership school. And I think I've duplicated this whole slide. And you can see the benefits in the back office, and also on your website. We won't get into all of that. Look under the resource library and the international incentives booklet. There you will see. Do yourself a favor. Print up some of those incentives. Put those pictures up on your wall, on your goal chart, on your dream chart. Because that way it's there, it's in your face. Just like every other goal and dream that we are told to take a picture, put it up on the wall, put the leadership school up there. I've got mine up. And incentives are subject to change, and you've got to remain qualified at title for 6 consecutive months. You've got to do 25,000 QPV and sponsor 25 new distributors in your direct team, of which 3 new distributors must be personally sponsored. So those are some of the T's and C's that apply, because they're not going to spoil us at leadership school. Remember, this is an investment by the company. It is not an expense, it is an investment. And you always, in business, want a return on investment, a good return. Don't waste your money. Now, the world team. This is where I call it higher grade, because I haven't been world team. It is a goal, and it is a step that I'm looking at. But I haven't got there yet. I have been emerald, and I need to change that. So what do we need to become qualified for world team? We need to achieve the specified amount of first level director legs and total group PV as listed in the chart for a given title. So world team is your Ruby director. So you start at Sapphire director and go up to Ruby director. And I think world team is Sapphire director to 3 Ruby director. If somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. President's team is 4 Ruby director upwards to diamond. You need to maintain that level for a total of 3 months within a 6-month period. Your basic minimums. You need to develop a qualified director in your group. So this stage, not only do you need to remain qualified as a director yourself, but you need to develop your duplication. We're going to now teach others to do what we are doing. Work yourself out of a job. Accumulate at least 10,000 group PV and keep it up. Don't let it slip, because you've got to requalify regularly to maintain this position, because now you are in a serious business, not a part-time business, not a Mickey Mouse business. Well, if you want to look at it as a Mickey Mouse business, look at Disneyland. That is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Not bad for a Mickey Mouse business. This can be a similar type of Mickey Mouse business. You need to achieve 3 consecutive months at your new world team title, meaning Sapphire Director at minimum, and you can earn a step-up bonus of $400 to $26,000. $400 is a good amount. Go look at the exchange rate. $26,000? Wow, that's not 26,000 Rand. There's a lot more zeros at the end of that. Your step-up month can be counted as the first month of the 3 consecutive month requirements. So once you hit that level, stay at that level until you are comfortable, and then get uncomfortable and grow. Your first level director legs refers to the qualified directors or higher in your qualifying team, your personal nursery. So I think we've gone through that before, and we'll probably get into it again later. Look in your back office under the resources and look at the International Incentives book for more details. All of this is available in the back office. So your world team qualification chart, Sapphire Director, you need 1 director and a minimum of 10,000 group PV. Not qualifying PV, group PV. You've been through the personal PV, you've been through the group qualifying PV. Now we're doing the group PV as well. As a Ruby director, you need 3 first leg directors and 20,000 group PV. 2 Ruby director, you need 4 directors, and you need to be qualified. 4 Ruby, 3 Rubies 5, 4 Rubies 6, and so it goes up. Now, Charlie has always said, as a 5 diamond director, he needs a minimum of 18 first leg qualified directors. He doesn't do minimum. I think he's got about 3 times that number, at least, of first leg or first level qualified directors. That is why he stays a 5 diamond, whereas other teams are 4 diamond, 5 diamond, 3 diamond, 1 diamond, 5 diamond, 4 diamond. They're doing the minimum. Never do the minimum in near life. What are the benefits of being a world team member? You obviously receive a world team pin. Again, adding color to your pins. You qualify for special incentives like step up consistency cash. Overseas, they call it a car bonus. Over here, well, consistency bonus. That extra little bit of money every month can be used for a lot of things. You get to attend the World Team Conference and travel to luxurious vacation destinations. I know John and Debbie can explain to us more about this. They've been to Dubai and Mexico and Mozambique, I think, and all over the place. They can tell us a little bit more about this just now. But hey, I want to go and see some of these places too. And if we don't have to pay for it, all the better. You obviously get recognized in publications and on stage at events. You get to attend special meetings, trainings, and invitation-only events. Remember that FOMO I spoke about? Now the president's team, well, now these are the really serious guys. And by the time you get to president's team, I don't think you are doing this as a part-time business anymore. President's team members, this is their business, this is their income. They are serious. Obviously, you get all the world team benefits, plus you receive a president's team pin made of real gold and real diamonds and real rubies. I heard somewhere along the line that the pin that Charlie wears is valued at something in the region of about 50,000 Rand. That's some serious metal over there. You attend the Diamond Director lifestyle events at the most highly sought after destinations around the world. Be spoiled. And you qualify for exclusive incentives, including the President's Team Consistency Cash of up to $20,000, the President's Team Emerald Director Development Bonus of up to $50,000, much, much more. Maybe we need to get Charlie to come on here and kick our butts a little bit and just explain, what are we missing out on by not going for these things? And the power of duplication. Again, everything in this business is simple duplication. Each of the directors in the illustration below has developed their own network of customers and distributors. And so each is maintaining a business averaging approximately 5,200 points per month. Remember, Charlie, all the way down to you and I, have the same products, the same 3 daily success habits, the same opportunities. They've just probably gone through a whole lot more challenges than you and I. So anybody can do this. You need a near-life business structured like this would earn more than $20,000 per year. You can do the conversion rate. This illustration also shows you continuing to service your 12 customers, but it's important to note that directors at this level have quite often built a much larger personal customer base and are therefore earning much more residual income than that indicated by this basic illustration. This is a simplified illustration of a 1 Ruby Director size near-life business. Our Ruby Directors can train us on this at some stage. Remember, these are just examples. and there's no guarantee of earnings, as that could be misleading. You earn according to what you put in. So the more effort you put in, more you earn. I think because we're running out of time, I'm going to end it around about here, and we can maybe finish up with this next week because we've got about 7 minutes left. So if anybody's got questions and answers or questions, I'm going to leave it for the qualified people, John and Debbie, to answer any of those questions. I'm going to keep the recording going for a little while. Does anybody have any questions about what we've gone through so far this evening?
Hold on. With the picture.
What happens if I get my 250 PV and my downline gets 300 PV? Do I still qualify as manager?
Debbie?
Do I answer that? Yes, of course you do. Yeah,
you-
you do.
I think your bonus check just is a little bit less.
That's right. And you just shed a little bit less money. Yeah, you shed your money, that's all. So, yeah, you would still qualify. That's why it's always best to build your team. Don't worry about what's happening under you or above you or whatever. Just build your team. Put your focus on going for a director. And if it juggles a bit and 1 month your downline overtakes you or whatever happens, don't worry about it. Your focus is director. So yeah, it's like going to Bloemfontein. You might have a flat tire along the way, but eventually you'll get there.
Remember Mark Hazel's most favored quote? School fees.
That's
So-
right, yeah.
If your downline earns 300 PV and you're only doing 250 PV and you get less money, it's school fees. Next month, do better.
Yes. Yeah. It's a learning curve, especially up until director.
Even after
And
director.
It depends how long you want to stay at that position.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, if you want to hang around somewhere around there, that's fine.
We're trying.
You mustn't get comfortable. I am too comfortable at the
right.
moment. I need to get
And
uncomfortable.
that's what happens. That's exactly what happened to John and I. You can imagine John was earning a salary, I was earning a salary, and we were getting a reasonable, good income from Neolife. In fact, that income was matching my salary. So, yeah, we got comfortable. And
Mhm.
if you don't grow, you're going to shrink or maintain. And so this is a funny business because even if you're maintaining, it's not going to work for too long. You're going to start to go back. And it's harder to pull yourself up than to keep going. Yeah, just grit, spirit, and just push on to director. Once you've got director, you've got a good team, and then it's easier from then on.
It's like any building, a good foundation.
Yeah.
If I can just mention the power of one. That power of one is incredible. You only need one person who's on fire to motivate the whole of your leg. So it's never too late. It's never too early. If you keep on searching, you'll find your diamond. But you've got to keep on searching. Thank you.
And you've got to move
And
an
well
awful
done.
lot of dirt to find that diamond.
Diamond.
Well done, Sean. But it's
Well
worth
done,
it.
Sean.
It's worth getting there.
It's definitely worth getting there. Sean, if I can just say, it's not difficult to work out your sales volume bonus. It's really not, because I worked it out this month, and I think it was about 220 PV
TV.
rands less than what we should have got. I worked out less, and that was probably because we had over 2,000 points from overseas, and there the exchange rate fluctuates, and I might have got it a bit wrong there. But basically what it is, you just take your PV that you've done for the month, and it's there, you can see what it is, and you times it by 13, because that's approximately what it is per PV. And times it by whatever level you are. If you're a manager, then it's about 3%. If you're a senior manager, 10%. If you're a director, 25%. And it works out pretty well. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good, Sean. You covered that very, very nicely.
All right. Me quick
I always
recording.
advise that if you see your downline coming up, make sure that your PPV is above there. And then you say,
Yeah, at least to the next level. If you 5%, try and get to 10%. If they get to 10%, get to 15. Otherwise, if you're all 10%, then whoever did the work gets the pay, and you get the remainder.
You get the leftovers.
But
Nobody
you're
likes leftovers.
100%. You're correct.
Yeah.